Hi, I'm Cynthia and we're going to be smoking a turkey breast today. Now I did another video a little while ago about smoking a turkey thigh, and it's essentially the same thing. But since I just did a video about how to prepare the turkey breast and tie it up, I figured let's go through the whole thing since I'm going to cook it anyway. So this is my grill, just a plain old Weber. What I use is real wood and 100% wood charcoal as well. So this is my drip pan, and I have it in here right now just so I can have the spacing. I'm going to take it out. And then this is your basic chimney with, this is Kingsford 100% hardwood charcoal. Now I've used lump charcoal sometimes, but I don't really like it. It's, you have a couple of big chunks, then you have a lot of little chunks, and it burns super, super hot. So I kind of like the briquettes a little bit better to get it started. It's just I find it a more even fire. I'm going to stop for a minute here because I need to get matches. I have matches now. So just going to light it. So I'm going to let this just sit maybe another 20 minutes until it's the charcoal is nice and hot. And then we'll come back and do the next stage. See you in a minute. Charcoal's really nice and hot. Got my mitt on. I'm going to pour it out. I'm going to actually take the... All right. I'm going to take the camera off in a minute because what you can't see is kind of what this looks like on the inside. I've got a couple of hardwood logs. They are hickory that I got at Home Depot, and actually I think I said the charcoal I also get at Home Depot. So anyhow, I'm going to show you this in a second, but what I'm doing now is it's on the wood. I'm going to let it burn down till it the wood kind of catches a little bit more, and it'll make some nice smoke, and then we'll get the turkey on. But first I'm going to put my drip pan back in here. This is a drip pan, and it fits right there, and I'm going to turn on the hose and fill it up. And we're back. So the fire looks pretty good right now. I put another small piece of wood on because that'll make it'll smoke. When I put the lid on, it'll make it kind of nice and smoky. So first thing I'm going to do is put the grill on. And try not to burn myself. There. And then here's my turkey breast. You can see it's starting to smoke a little bit already. Here's a turkey breast. It's been sitting out for maybe half an hour or so, just to get the worst of the chill from the fridge off it. I'm kind of put the fat end towards the fire. So I just place it on top of the drip pan. Even though it's tied up, it's still a little fatter through there, thicker through there, so I'm going to put that closest to the fire. Then the next thing I'm going to do, top on. I'm going to open up the vents about halfway. It's about halfway. And then I have this thermometer. It's an oven thermometer that I just rigged up with some clothespins. And I use it to keep track of the internal temperature inside of this. Because then I don't want it to get too hot. I'd like it to stay at 350 or lower. Whew, God, that's a lot of smoke. It's really nice wood smoke. Then the thing I'm going to do is the vents underneath, I'm going to shut them down about halfway too. Because what I really want is the fire to stay relatively low and generate a lot of smoke. Okay. Did the vents? Now, all I do is wait. So I'm gonna check it, and maybe it's just after 3 o'clock now. Maybe half an hour I'm gonna check it just to see what the temperature's doing. I may shut it down some more, I may open it up. And really through this whole process, I'm just gonna be really kind of keeping my eye on the temperature, and playing with the vents, because I just want to keep it relatively. See, it's going up pretty fast now because it's a new fire, but it'll come back down in a minute. In about an hour or so, I'll probably come out and take its temperature I've got a instant read thermometer here. Because for a turkey breast, what I want is the internal temperature to be about 160. Because then after I take it off and it rests, it'll come up to about 165, maybe 170. And those are the new guidelines for safe temperatures for poultry, white meat poultry. So that's it. Yeah. Okay. It's been about half an hour since I last looked. It's sitting right at 350, which is pretty much where I want it. So let's just kind of take a look and see what this looks like right now. Gotta remember not to, this isn't attached. It's actually looking pretty nice. I think I'm gonna fan the fire a little bit. Ooh, just wanna get it going again. You can see how it's putting a nice color on this. Or I hope you can see that. Let's see. Can you see that? Yeah, it's turning a nice brown. So the skin kind of keeps, sort of bastes it a little bit, because there's fat underneath the skin. It also sort of protects the meat, so it doesn't dry out too much. And it sometimes tastes pretty good, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's almost a little too smoky, but it's worth keeping it on. So this still looks pretty good. In case you were wondering, I did wash the platter so it doesn't have any raw turkey juice on it. This actually looks really nice right now. So I'm just going to put the top back on. I might open up the bottom a little bit because it is going down, and we'll go from there. I mean, what you can't get is this really wonderful wood smoke. See, there it goes. They're really working on something next door. It's a lot of noise. Anyhow, we're back. It's almost an hour since I put this on. The temperature is about 325, which is good. That means it hasn't dropped too much. Let's take a look. And I'm probably going to take an internal temperature of the turkey at this point, just to kind of see where we are. Ooh. So the turkey, I don't know if you can see it from the angle you have, but it's really browning up very, very nicely. This is still hot. I can feel a good heat on it. And this is my new instant read. It's a thermo pop. It's made by ThermoWorks, and they make another instant read that is like the Cadillac of instant reads that cost about, I don't know, $75 or something. This was closer to $30, maybe $35, and it works just fine. So I don't need the Cadillac. So let's just stick this in here, get a sense of where we are. Okay, 138, that's good. As I said, we want to get it to about 160 internal, and then we should be ready. Because this has dropped a little bit, I'm going to open up my vents just to get a little more heat going. Let me see if I can fan this a little. That's my other trick. Your fire wants oxygen. That looks pretty good. I think I'm going to move stuff around a little bit. Here's my... So this grill surface, got these little hinges, which ridiculously cost more. But I like it because you can kind of get in and mess with the coals a little bit without having to, dislodge whatever you're cooking. Oh, it's actually really burned down a lot. So, but we're not going to be, we're probably going to go only my guess, these seem to go about an hour and a half. I'm going to fan the flames. See, that's where that expression came from. If I was doing a forge, old-fashioned forge, I'd have a bellows apparatus that would just shoot oxygen right into the fire. But I don't, because I'm not a blacksmith or an iron person. Ironmonger. Okay, let's put this back on. Stick my handy-dandy thermometer back. Open up the vents. And we'll check in a little bit. Thanks. Okay, it's been about an hour and a half. It jumped up a little bit. I had opened up some vents because it was really getting low. You didn't see me do that. So, ooh, it is looking very cooked. So let's take a temperature. Right about, let's get too hot to touch. Get right in the fat spot. Oh, it's still not up there yet. It's only at 147. Okay, it really does need to be a little bit higher than that. Yep, so we still have some time to go. You know, it's an inexact science as far as, but I don't know if you can really see this. Oops. What? It's looking really nice. And, oh, gosh, where I stuck the thermometer in is just drooling juice. So the drip pan, the point of the drip pan is literally to catch all the gunk that drips off as it's cooking, because it'll keep it from getting the bottom of the grill dirty, which I really have to clean. The other thing it does, I believe, now this may not be true, but I believe the other thing it does is it imparts a little bit of moisture while it's cooking, since this is such a dry process. But whatever the reason, it does, if it does nothing else, it keeps the grill clean. And the reason there's water in there, even if just a drip pan, it just makes it a lot easier to clean, because then I can really just kind of rinse it off and reuse it. So that's that. I'll come back probably in another, let's say 10-15 minutes, just to double check the temperature, because sometimes it really starts to jump. So, not done yet. It's been 15 minutes since I last checked this. It's a little bit over 350 as far as the temperature goes. It's very dark now. Most of that's from the smoke, so which is why I say sometimes the skin isn't really that wonderful on the smoked turkey. Again, I don't know if you can see how dark that is. It's really juicy. This has got to be done. I can't believe it if it's not. Oops, it'll help if I turned it on. Oh my gosh, yeah, now see, now it's at 170, of course. Told you it always jumps. It was just 15 minutes and it was 148 15 minutes ago, and now it's jumped up. So this is done. I should have checked it at 10 minutes. Okay, so that's it, and this is what it looks like. Ooh, look at that juice. So I'm going to take it inside, let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll cut into it and see what it looks like on the inside. Okie doke. So it's been sitting for about 10 minutes since I took it off the grill, or thereabouts. So let's see what it looks like. And the first thing I have to do is cut off all the string. So I don't have any particular method to do it. I just kind of cut and pull it off to the sides. My hands are clean. I washed my hands. Even though I'm probably the only one that's going to eat this, it still kind of skeeves you out if I'm doing this with dirty hands. But I know it's just me. But they are clean. I washed them. And as I said, this platter, which had the raw turkey breast on it, I've washed it from raw meat to cooked meat. So it's also nice and clean and stuff. So I'm going to flip it over and kind of pull them off. one. There we go. Oops. Some slidey. Still pretty warm. So get rid of that. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of juice, and I hope it's not just one piece of string. All right. So let's have a look. Let's kind of see what this looks like. And actually, oh, it's very moist. Very, very moist. It looks nice. And yeah, just a little bit of, see how there's some fat on that skin? It really just kind of helped keep this from getting too dried out. I may try the skin, see if it's any good, but usually I just discard it, even though I like turkey skin. But it's, the smoke kind of sometimes gives it a kind of a funny, slightly off flavor. But anyhow, looks great, looks terrific, cooked fully through. And I'm all set to eat it. So I'll have this probably for, I'll have it now because it's warm. But then I use it all week. I've got, you know, smoked turkey breast for sandwiches, for salads, for whatever. Anyhow, that is it. Thank you.